What's up, Ojama people? This is Ojamas in,
Pyjamas.
and today we present to you our Shaddoll Spirit deck.
Yep, and I will start with the main deck. So for the monsters, we play a lot of monsters. And I'll start with 2 beasts. Don't play 3 because it's not needed at 3 and it's one of the better Shadolls, but it can break in your hands and you can search it with Squamata. Well, also send it to the graveyard with Squamata, so you don't really need to have it in your hand. Yeah. Then I play only 1 dragon.
Why only one?
He's not that good this format, and there's not much back row, and the compulse effect is good to have, but if I really need it, I can search it out and add it to my hand with Hedgehog, and it's okay at 1 for now. Maybe in other formats you can play that too. Then I play triple Squamata. This is really like one of the better, if not the best Shaddoll monster, because you can just set it and then when they flip it up or you flip it up, you can just destroy 1 monster on the field and it's an easy out to the Gin Log. And if you fuse with it, you use it as fusion material, you can just, you send it to the graveyard and then it can send another Shaddoll monster. So it basically becomes any Shaddoll card you want it to become. So this is like the Shaddoll monster you always want to have in your opening hand. Then 2 Hedgehog. I tested out with 3, but I switched the 3rd Hedgehog for the 3rd Squamata because I was only playing 2 Squamata.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I really like the Hedgehog. If you don't have fusion in your starting hand, you can just set it, and if they attack into it, or you can get to flip it, you can just search the fusion. So it's pretty good. And then 2 Falcos. The Falco, I mean, it's pretty self-explaining, and basically the main deck in the format is Necros, and they have a hard time dealing with different things on the field. Like when you have a fusion out and you have like another monster out, they will have problems because when they trish you, for example, they can just choose 1 card to trish and they still need to get rid of the other card. And the Decisive Armor, it's seeing less play, so I would definitely recommend Shaddoll players playing this at 2 or even at 3. So this is for the Shadolls, it's 10 Shadolls. I don't play much more and not less. I think it's a perfect lineup. And yeah, then for the more interesting part of the profile, we play triple Aratama. There's a combo with Aratama and it gets you 3 pluses. It's really crazy. So you always want to have this on your starting hand. Well, it takes your normal summoning, but if you want to fusion, you don't need your normal summoning, and you can just set this and search another spirit. And along with this, I play 2 Nikitama. So because the Nikitama, if you have this, if you play this and you have this in your hand and you can fuse with this, because you have Aratama on the field, you will get to draw 1 card with the Nikitama. It's a lie for construct, clearly. And there's also a good play if you have both in your opening hand. You can just normal, and then go for an easy rank 4 Xyz. Then I played triple Mathematician. I mean, self-explaining. It's like the heart of the deck. It becomes everything you want it to be. You can send any Shaddoll monster. You can send a Squamata, and then you can send a fusion with Squamata if you need to take one. So I really like playing this with the Shaddoll core trap, because if I don't have a fusion in my opening hand, I can send Squamata with this, and then with Squamata send a fusion, and then when my core is getting destroyed, I can get the fusion in my hand. So and there are a lot of other combos, I will come back to it later. Then 1 Bulb. I don't play the level 7 Synchro engine because I didn't like that. It was good at the time, but now I think it's not that good anymore, and the format has shaped and progressed, so I think it's better to play a level 1 tuner that is not that in my hand, and you will get to see why I'm playing this in a minute. Then yeah, for additional light targets, 1 BLS, I mean, it's good. There were times I was thinking about replacing it for a 2nd Veiler, but I'm not sure about it yet. Then yeah, the one Veiler in the main, it's only one, but I play another card against effects, so this is good. I play the other 2 copies in my side deck, so yeah. Then I'm still playing 2 Dankos. I mean, everyone is cutting it, but I think this is really good against all the other decks, and you can even shut down something like Book of Eclipse, Book of Moon when you play against Necros. So, and even if you don't need it, it's still a light target for Construct. Then I'll play 1 Clausulas.
Now that's interesting.
There's a pretty nasty combo with this, and there were a lot of people just in forums on the internet where they were discussing to implement a water monster into the deck, and there were strategies and tags with Treeborn Frog and a lot of stuff, but I think they all sucked, and I was looking for something else, and I found this. And basically what it does, you can just I play along with it. I play 1 Necros Cycler. So basically what it does, there's a combo. I will come back to it later because it's a little bit complicated, but it's an easy turn 2 opening Water Fusion. If you get to bring it out against Necros on turn 2, they will just lose because often they don't have anything to respond to. So that's it for the monsters. I think there were 24 monsters, so a lot of monsters. But you will run out of monsters very quickly. Then for the spells, I play Triple Fusion. I mean, there were a lot of people cutting this to 2 or discussing to cut this to 2 because against Necros and Clifford's or so, they're not that good because they don't have extra deck special some monsters. So this is not so good, but I will always want to open with a fusion, and with the spirits, they will just add your fusion materials to their hands, so this will always be live. And then I play the best fusion, triple Shaddoll fusion. I mean, it's quick play, chainable, you can make fusions in your opponent's turn. It's pretty stable. So 6 fusions. And then for the one-offs I play, like I said, the 1 cycle. For the Clausulas play, Book of Moon against Jinlock, Dark Hole against Jinlock, and also against other road decks because they will have a hard time when by nuking the field, and you will get back your fusions when you nuke your own fusions. So you will get back the fusion spell and you can go off again. And Raigeki, self-explaining. That's it for the spells. Don't know how many. I think there were 10 or something like that. So not that much. And I'll play 6 traps. I play triple Fiendish Chain. I'm playing Fiendish Chain over Veiler in the main deck because simply Necros, they will often side in Dankus in the second game. So if you open with this in the first game, they will just you will have a lot of effect negation, and afterwards, if you have game 2, you just side them out completely. You side in the second and the third Veiler, and then I side in the second and the third Veiler, and then I side in Solemn Warning for the Dankus and or something else. So they will just side in Dankus against you for this, and you will side them out. So they will pretty much have that Dankus. Then I play 2 Mistake. Don't have space for a third one. I played the third one in the side deck. I mean, for Shaddolls it's better than Mind Crush because there you can basically you can stop Mind Crush because you don't get to add cards except by drawing, and so they don't know what you have in your hand, except for Fusion sometimes, but you can play around that. And I'm playing 1 core. I mean, nothing to say about that. So for the extra deck, I will make it quick. Double Chekinaga. It's really good against special summon monsters, and yeah, maybe I will play a third one, but I think 2 is okay. Then I play triple Construct. I mean, best fusion out there. I hope it will stay at 3, but I'm not sure about that. We will see. Double Winder, very good against BA, very good against Tellers, very good against everything that needs multiple special summonings. So, yeah. And then I'll play, well, I don't have them because they are not out yet. Double Water Fusion, and this basically just only against Necros because this stops and wrecks their plays, and you always want to have a second one in case the third one gets destroyed. So this is it for the fusions. Then I'll play for the synchros. I'll play one Armades. Well, self-explaining, really good. Then I'll play one Armory Arm and one Herrick of the Arclight, or Herald of the Arclight. Level 4s, I mean, with Bulb and Mathematician, you get easy access to those. And this with Winder will cause a lot of decks hard time, because you will have a over 3k beater Winder that only lets your opponent special summon once, and it will not be cannot be destroyed by card effects. So this is a pretty nice combo, and if you pull this off against Tellers or something else, they will just have a hard time getting over it. Yeah, then from the Xyz I play one Arc 101, really good in combination with the Vanity's Emptiness, because they will have to destroy this 2 times to destroy your Vanity. Then, yeah, Exeter Knight and Castell. I mean, those are the best rank 4s. Yeah, and then for the play with the Clausulas, this is basically just to get out the Water Fusion as fast as possible, because the Water Fusion itself is really good against Necros and it will win your games, but if you don't play this as fast as possible and it will get out a Unicorn or something else before you, you will just not be able to keep up with them, or not be able to win by the Water Fusion. So you want to get this out as fast as possible. And my combination play, it requires multiple cards. You need this, the Shaddoll Fusion. You need any Shaddoll monster. Then you need the Mathematician. I mean, if you can open this, second. You need this in your opening hand, and basically what you do is just, you go Mathematician, you play this, then you go Bulb, so you send your Bulb to the graveyard, and you special summon the Bulb, if I can find it. Well, okay. No. You special summon the Bulb, and then with the Bulb you're just going for the Herrick. So the Herrick is already a problem for Necros, because if you have the Herald of the Archlight, it will just negate one of their cards, so you have to get over it. And basically, if they play Rageki or something else, you can negate this by the Herald, and you will tribute your Herald. It will be sent to the graveyard, and you have to set this after finishing your turn. So you set the Shaddoll Fusion, this, and then when they do their plays, you can just negate one. For example, Manju, you negate the Surge, and then Herald is activated. You get to have your Clausulas added to your hand, and then you have your Shaddoll monster in your hand, and you have your Clausulas in your hand. So you can just chain this and fuse off to get the Water Fusion. And so by turn 2 you have an instant lock down, and they need to have something like Rageki or something else to get rid of it. And if they use Rageki on the Herald, they will just don't have it anymore, and they will basically lose the game. And even if you just don't have that opening setting, Clausulas is always live, because you can just discard Clausulas to get the Necros cycle, and then with Necros cycle you can get Clausulas back from the grave by tributing a Hedgehog or a Mathematician. So it's pretty good. I think it's the best water monster to play in the Shaddows. So yeah, that's it for the deck.
So do you have anything left to say?
No. I want to try this out at the German Nationals in Cologne, and hopefully it will turn out positive. So
Well, we'll hope that as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that was it for the deck profile.
Yeah, so we're Ojama people,
Yeah. And if you have anything to say, just leave it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you liked our videos.
yeah, so we are Ojamas in Pyjamas, and we're out.